usually on a Sunday I sit down and I can see you in some exotic place with a UFC fighter, but you weren't with the UFC fighters, but you were maybe with future UFC fighters in Melbourne. Tell us a little bit about who you had there. And
Yeah, I had, like a New Zealand kind of MMA veteran. I was going to say legend, but you need to finish your time in the sport before you become a legend, I guess. But yeah, a legend in our eyes anyway, because he's been around for that long and he's still going strong. But yeah, Kieran Joblin fought for the lightweight Hex title against Justin Van Heerden, who's one of obviously our close friend Joe Lopez's students. So it was really cool that these guys are familiar to each other. They've done a bit of training together and stuff, and then of course I'm very familiar with Justin's guys, and likewise Joe's very familiar with Kieran. We're all mates and stuff, but this is professional sport. Sometimes you agree to, fight to see who's the best. And Kieran, managed to get the win, but he didn't do it easy. Look, we lost the first 2 rounds, I think is a pretty fair assessment. And we were in a pretty desperate mode, because basically as a 5-rounder, so if you lose the first 2, you're hamstringed yourself a lot, because you basically have the pressure on you to win the next 3, otherwise you're going to lose the fight. So we went to a game plan and a strategy that would give us the least amount of errors and the highest, the highest chance of winning. And luckily, we just scraped in there. It's still a close fight. And it's a good way for Kieran, who's obviously in the very late stages of career, to still, win a regional title, and still one of the best in the region, still one of the toughest, still one of the most skilled. So and it's just really cool, because that's just a good person for that to happen to. A very quiet, hard-working lad, and he's just been doing the sport for a long time, and he's always here. He's always here. If he's not here doing his own training, he's always here helping someone else. He's a consummate professional and a kind of consummate teammate. So I was very happy for him.
it was great to see.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you had at the other end of the scale a couple of young, promising fighters starting off their careers.
Yeah. So then Hex, they're a very, very good organisation. They run an amateur show the next day. And then we took the young Nixon Suttons and Caden Skipper over there to just get some more experience. And that was fantastic. They managed to win their fights again. They fought tough opponents, and they were able to. Both of them faced a little bit of adversity in their fights, and they came through it, and they were able to get a comfortable win. But it was very cool. It was very cool to be a part of. You could see, I saw all sorts of encouraging things happening. The professional fight, on the Saturday night, and then the Sunday they had the day show. It was very cool. I saw some very high level professionals. I saw a friend of mine, Luke Pizzuti, had his students there, and he's got a little featherweight kid who's looked very good. Simon, my friend Simon from Absolute, Simon Carlson, he had some very good up-and-coming talent, going through there. Sam Greco was there, he had some talent there. It was just good to see. There was the sport is thriving and has talent coming through it, all over this region. So, the future bodes well. There's going to be some awesome things happening, I feel. in the next few coming years. So it's just cool to see, cool to be a part of.
Great. Of course, a lot of the interest was between Dan Hooker up against Gaethje, and what happened? Our broken man is broken again.
Yeah, this is just part and parcel with what happens. That's an injury. I mean, I say this, but you know, people aren't going to believe this, but he, in the conversations I had with him, he was still trying to angle it towards fighting. You know what I mean? He was still trying to angle it towards fighting. Don't panic yet. We've just got to get the medicals. It's like, mate, your hand's the size of a watermelon, mate, and your arm has shut down. The nerves have shut down. You can't operate your arm. Like, there's something. It's not going to become okay by, in a couple of days. Like, but yeah, you could just Dan being Dan, like you could see he was still angling for that last little bit of hope and opportunity that he might be able to fight, but can't fight through that, man. Not against that high caliber opponent. There's certain injuries that I think you're expected to push through as a fighter. Some minor stuff, like but there's some stuff that you're not going to be able to fight through. So,
have you got a prognosis? How long he's going to be out for, or anything like that yet? Or?
The unfortunate thing is, he was trying to avoid surgery, but he could possibly be looking at surgery. So we're just waiting for a diagnosis on that. Whether it's going to need surgery or there's no surgery involved, I'm not sure. We don't have a diagnosis on that, but not sure when Hooker will get back. I can rest assured he'll be back as soon as he can. I just don't know when that is. Yeah.
What else is happening on the front? Volk, you're over there with Joe at the weekend, and get a chance to talk to Volk as well.
Yeah, Joe was there, so I obviously caught up with Joe, and then Volk's in full swing right now. He's just been back in Wollongong for a week after he did his couple of weeks here, a few days at home, couple of weeks in Bangtao, and back to Wollongong. That's his usual kind of routine that he used to do back in the day. And I think things are going really well. Like Joe's got him really humming. Our coaches group chat's like humming all the time. The boys are fantastic. There's ideas coming back and forth, and everything's looking. Everything's looking really good for Volk. Very happy with where things are at now. And
So who's going to be next out the gate?
Before Volk, obviously with Dan being cancelled, before Volk I've just got Carlos, who's obviously got Jan, and Carlos is great. Carlos is looking great. He's looking to come into that fight in the best form of his life. Super fit, super strong. He's got really good understanding of the kind of strategy that we're looking at for this fight. I think he's picked that up really quickly and really taken to it. So he is going to go a couple of weeks early with Andre, and then he's going to go with Maynard, a training partner. So they're going to, he wants that extra time over there just to acclimatise and get used to the time zone. So I think that's a good call by him, a good move. I'm looking forward to that fight. And then I have Kai, but there's no date for Kai. So Kai's got the guaranteed title shot. He just has no date. I think there's some rumoured dates. I'm not sure what they are. But all in all, it's wonderful.
Nev, has he been signed up for anything?
Navajo has Navajo has a date of which I cannot disclose, or an opponent which I cannot disclose. It's going to be up to the UFC to disclose that. That's how they like to do things. So he'll be up and running at some stage as well. So
Kevin Rongju,
Rongzhu currently in China, looking to make his way back. Kevin, you're just waiting on his next assignment. Yeah, it's just looking good. Shuriken next weekend, so I'm really looking forward to that. I think I got 9 or 10 guys on that, and girls actually. So, and it's pumping. It's pumping. The local MMA scene is like alive and healthy.
I just talked to Cobb before, and you know, we talked about the last couple of years. It's just getting fights for the fighters was near impossible at times, and now there seems to be an abundance.
There's been some lean times for sure, and part of that's got to do with the economic downturn and stuff. But we're coming back now. We're coming back. You're seeing these promotions come back. You're seeing them being well attended. You're seeing like local fans getting behind local fighters a lot more. You've seen more local fighters, so that means there's more people participating. You've seen, you know, like I said, I saw some wonderful talent like when I was in Australia, especially amongst those Australian gyms who, I don't know if I'm, I don't want to speak out of turn, but there's a few generations where there wasn't a bit of talent coming through, but now, like I said, like I saw Luke Pizzuti, Simon Carlson, these guys have some fantastic fighters coming through that are going to make some real waves in the future. So, and that was just the ones I can name, like off the top of my head. Like there was heaps of good gyms there, good trainers, and yeah, it bodes well.
Cool. Thanks for the update, mate. Appreciate it as usual, and yeah, just keep us in touch. Let us know when, if the doctor says 6 months, we know Dan will be ready in 3.
Yeah.